Since the beginning, trees have furnished us with two of life's essentials, namely food and oxygen. As humans evolved, they provided us with additional necessities such as shelter, medicine, and tools. I once read about two different trees from two diverse cultures that can actually provide us with valuable life lessons for growth and happiness. Everyone would have seen the bonsai. The word bonsai itself is Japanese, but the art of bonsai was first born in China and gradually it was introduced to Japan. Now, the bonsai is a Japanese art form which utilizes cultivation techniques to produce in containers small trees that mimic the shape and scale of full-size trees. They are beautiful and perfectly formed, although its height is measured only in inches. While a normal healthy tree will reach a height of 50 to 150 feet, the bonsai can only reach 12 to 15 inches. Now in California, there are giant sequoia trees at the Sequoia National Park that grows to above 280 feet and approximately in height and approximately 80 feet in circumference. Now some trees are believed to be over 3,000 years old. And General Sherman is a giant sequoia tree located at the national park in Tulare in the US state of California. Now by volume, the General Sherman is the largest currently living tree, though the tallest tree in the coast redwood known as the Hyperion tree, which stands at 380 feet tall somewhere in the Redwood National Park. Now when the General Sherman and the bonsai were seeds, they both weighed 1/3000 of an ounce. They were tiny. But as they grew, their fates changed. When the bonsai sticks its head above the earth, it is pulled from the soil and its tap roots are tied off as well as some of its feeder roots. Now as it grows, the tap roots are clipped and the branches are also pruned. Then the developing seedling is planted in shallow containers. Thus its growth is deliberately stunted, and the result is a fully grown, beautiful but miniature tree. Now the bonsai trees are not dwarfed by their genetics. They are kept miniature by deliberate design. The blueprint locked inside the DNA of the young seedling promises a mighty giant, but that destiny is deliberately altered to create this small bonsai. On the other hand, the rich Californian soil coupled with sunshine, rain and minerals contribute to its massive growth, thus resulting in the world's largest tree. Now here is the important point. Neither of the bonsai nor the General Sherman had the choice in their destiny. But we humans have a role in our own destiny. You can be as big or as little as the bonsai. The choice is yours. Yet the sad reality is that there are many who spend the best days of their life like bonsai. They swap their greatness to playing small in every aspect of their life. They have in them the talent to be the best as musicians, artists, dancers, photographers, sportsmen, etc. But they lack vision, no discipline, have destructive thinking, negative mindset, poor self-image, lack persistence, focus only on their weaknesses, and surround themselves with people who play victim, thus resulting in being dwarfed like the bonsai in every aspect of their life. Friends, each one of us has been endowed with seeds of greatness and is called to be tall and magnificent like the giant sequoia tree. Growth is nature's law, and nature has intended everyone to succeed, but most don't reach their innermost potential simply because we don't know how to use the success instincts. Now the author Dr. Robert Schuller in one of his books says some people are at the top of the ladder, some are at the middle of the ladder, some more at the bottom of the ladder, and a whole lot more don't even know there is a ladder. And this is really sad because in his book Tough Times Never Last but Tough People Do, he says that the truth is that the average bottom of the ladder person is potentially as creative as the top executive who sits in the big office. The problem is that the person on the bottom of the ladder doesn't trust his own brilliance and doesn't therefore believe in his own ideas. Each of us is called to greatness. Each one of us has great power within us. But for this power that resides within us to grow, we need to use it. The best among us are not more gifted than the others. They just take little steps every day as they move towards a better life. You got to start small and work up to it. As Saint Francis of Assisi said, start doing what is necessary and then do what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Success or failures, greatness or disappointments are not giant events. They are outcomes of our daily rituals. Habits, our daily habits. Most organizations don't fall apart as a result of one big blow. Most relationships don't end because of one big argument. Most lives don't fall to pieces because of one sad event. Sustained failures happen as a consequence of small daily acts of neglect that finally stack up over time to lead a complete breakdown. Whereas successful people sweat in the minor details. They bother about the little things. Robin Sharma in his book Greatness Guide 2 describes this phenomena through the camel-back metaphor. Pieces of straw kept getting piled on the back of that poor animal. Each piece alone was light and caused no harm, but piece after piece got placed on the camel's back until eventually the load was so heavy that one more added straw broke his back. A little neglect inevitably leads to business failures and lives of striking disrepair. He says that the best truly sweat in minor details. The key to success is hidden in your daily routines. Little steps add up, and they add up rapidly. Those who reach the top have the discipline to shine at tiny activities and routines which finally cascades to spectacularly big ones. They understand that lasting success comes through evolution, not revolution. You can too. You are called to grow like a tree, not like a mushroom. As Eric Butterworth says, don't go through life, rather grow through life.